New year, new us. The Fantasy Ruckers are back for MLR 2026, and we kick off the year after a holiday break with a big time show with a big time quiz for even you to play. Lots of players moving around, lots of new faces in new places. We take a gander at who are those players that are going to be finding themselves on new teams this upcoming season and the fantasy stats that may be impacted. The Fantasy Rucker Show starts right now.
Where rugby and the world of fantasy sports collide. Welcome to the Fantasy Ruckers Show, bringing fantasy rugby to the masses, talking all things rugby from the MLR to leagues around the world. We're on top of it. Headphones on, pads off. This is the Fantasy Ruckers Show. Now, here are your hosts, Ryan Yee, Matt Yee, and Devin Vanderpool.
What's up, everybody? This is episode 175 of the Fantasy Ruckers Show. Thank you so much for Fantasy Ruckers League members, our community members, and everyone else tagging along on this journey of making fantasy rugby a reality in MLR. And if it sounds like we got a little bit more juice, it's because we do. Because it's a new year, a new us. Happy New Year to everyone. Hope
Happy
everyone
New Year.
had a fantastic
It's a
holiday.
little bit late to be saying that.
Here
though.
on the Fantasy
Yeah, it
Ruckers
is.
Show. We took a little bit of an extended holiday, but we are back. We're going to go full steam ahead here as we get closer and closer to MLR 2026 with you, as always, Matt Yee, Devin Vanderpool. I am Ryan Yee. A lot has happened in the span that we've last seen or heard, or you've heard from us. And we're going to fill you in on all those details, plus get caught up on everything that has gone down. But before we do, Matt, Vandy, how's it going? How has 2026 been treating you guys so far?
It's good, boys. It's just good to be back together. It's been a while. It feels like it's been a hot minute.
It has been.
Yeah, it's been some time. It's been busy. 2026 is a busy year. But I mean, yeah, no. Get back in the
Very
motions of
busy.
things.
Back in the motions, and one of those motions being the weekly show that is the Fantasy Rucker Show. I missed it. It was a void on my Mondays where I was kind of like, this is something that we haven't done a little bit. Missing the lads here, but look at here we are, January, the latter part of January, and we are back. And again, going to get everyone prepared here for MLR 2026. Vandy, you mentioned busy. It has indeed been that. I think all of us have had some things going on, and
Yeah.
I've said it multiple times that it does feel like you're like, okay, maybe I have a little bit of time to settle into 2026 and kind of get things rolling, get into the new groove, have your New Year's resolutions to kind of roll into. But yeah, it's felt hectic so far. And Maddie, I think out of all of us, you've probably had the most hectic move out here at once, out on the East Coast with us, and now a West Coaster back in your element, back UBC days on the West, but maybe a little bit more south than that.
Yeah, back out in well, I guess not back out, but now I'm out in California, so made the move out west across the country from the boys. But we'll make it work. We'll be here. We'll figure it out.
Nice
I'm
vineyards
in
out
the
that way, or
there's just a lot of vineyards and a scattered fan base of the Cal Legion.
yeah. I've heard some things about California. Vineyards is
Yeah.
one of them.
Yeah,
Sun.
maybe they heard that you were moving out there, Maddie, so they maybe got some things moving in terms of some details that you need to know here for the California Legion, just in case if you needed to
guys
find
stink.
a new team to cheer this year.
One player
So
at a time. What are we
one player
doing
at a
here?
time. Yeah,
What are we
alluding to
doing here?
that.
Just
There'll be
post it like a
couple.
normal person and just post beside it.
So either way, this was kind of a fantastic episode to get back into the groove of things, but a little bit of formatting change, obviously with the time difference. But again, to Maddie's point, we're going to do our best here to continue to give you the great content. Nothing is changing when it comes to that. Just may look a little bit different here on the Fantasy Rucker Show. But hey,
It's
you're
gonna
still
look
going to get
weird.
Maddie. You're going to get your weekly dose of Maddie. You're going to get your weekly dose of Vandy, and of course, you'll get your weekly dose of me as well. But like I
Oh.
mentioned, jam-packed episode
without one
here.
of those.
A lot to catch up on since we were last on this show on episode 174.
Yeah,
We're
what?
titling
Cal Legion
episode
announcing one more player? Come on, man.
episode 170. Yeah. Well, you know what's funny is just like the varying of kind of the pace in which you got some teams, which we're, I guess, teasing ahead to, that have released the entire roster.
Yep.
And you got other teams, a team for the most part that has announced a whopping of two at the time of recording this podcast. So whether it's what 32 players is it to two players, we got a whole mix in there to catch up on
They
here on
have
this
more.
episode.
They have more stadium locations and players at this point. All
That is
right,
that is that is a fair
this is a
point.
concern.
A fair point indeed. But hey, again, jam-packed episode to catch up on all of that, which we will do obviously with our news dump each and every week. The Supreme Commissioner Yee's TFR update is back as we keep everyone posted about what is the latest going on when it comes to fantasy MLR and what's to come this season. Exciting stuff on the horizon here. Again, 10 straight weeks of the Fantasy Ruckers show before we kick off the 2026 fantasy MLR season. So any late updates will be coming through there in just a moment's time. And then I got a fun little game here for the boys that we're going to be
Oh,
playing as a fun way to get
Andy's
caught
not
up
good
with
at
some of the
those.
players.
No, I'm not.
And I'm calling it New Faces in New Places, the Who Am I game. So stick around
Sounds a
towards
lot
the
like
Let me
tail
go get a
end.
TNT.
second monitor real quick.
Yeah. There you go. But we'll get all into it. And again, a lot of fun here this show, and it is really great to be back here, back with the boys, back with you all who are listening. It's gonna be fun. 2026, I think, is going to be a great year when it comes to the Fantasy Rucker Show and of course Fantasy MLR as a whole. So no more time to waste. We'll get right into it. But before we do, just hey, if you aren't already, follow at the Fantasy Ruckers handles up above on the YouTube video, down below if you're listening on the pod at the Fantasy Ruckers on any social media platform out there. Also like, subscribe if you like the content that we're pushing out on YouTube.
Mhm.
Goes a long way to help us out here. And make sure you check out the fantasyruckers.com as well, the official platform for Fantasy MLR here on the Fantasy Ruckers Show. And join a blossoming community that continues to grow each and every year on our Discord channel as well, the main platform in which we communicate for Fantasy MLR on this show and all our additional content that we do distribute to all of our valued listeners and Fantasy MLR players in our Fantasy Ruckers community. All right. Well, no more time to waste. Like I said, let's get right into the news.
News dump.
All right. Our very first news dump of the 2026
Oh boy.
year. And we start off fast here. Again, in the game that we'll be playing in just a bit, New Faces in New Places, the Who Am I game just rolls off the tongue,
Mm,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
Um, obviously, we're going to go over all the latest players there. But just some quick tidbits in terms of what has happened in this offseason so far to get people caught up. From a fantasy MLR sense,
Mm.
obviously, we build the database in which we have the players that will be forming our teams around. You can check that database in 2025 along with all those stats that came along with it on the fantasyruckers.com. And in that database of last year, we had 441 players plus some that
Whoa.
joined obviously throughout the season as part of our database. As of this point right now, in this late January time, 10 weeks out from the start of the MLR 2026 season, we do have 141 confirmed players. So
Mm.
feels like we're about on the right track. Half the teams this season, you would imagine half the players. So I would say maybe we get about 60-ish or more players coming in here, plus some other signings here coming through. Obviously, there is one team that we'll talk about here in just a
There's a team
sec.
that needs to
Um,
have their entire team announced still.
that's going to fill about 30 of those spots here. But just to put everyone on the, I guess, roster status in a nutshell, we're getting there. We are getting there as
Well,
more and more player announcements have
more
come
teams than
out.
some.
Let's talk about that team, Maddie. California Legion have finally started announcing their roster. We will get into the players that they have announced in the game that we'll play in just a sec. But overall, though, the coaching staff is the big one that they announced. Stephen Hoyles is the head coach for the California Legion. Obviously, spent time with the Guiltinis, 11-0-5 record there, according to MLR stats. James Dealey, friend of the show, and obviously coach with RFC LA before they merged with the California Legion with an 8-1-8 record. We know the type of play and the type of
Mhm.
style that Coach Hoyles likes to play by. We've
Losing.
heard about the style of play from players who have played for him, i.e., Andrew Coe, friend of the show. what does this do for you guys in terms of the leader of this team, I guess, from a coaching standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to tell you, but they have two players on their roster. So I have no clue. I have no clue what
But
this
I mean,
means.
I mean,
you
he's
know
got a hell
the
of a record. I mean, at least you got
Yeah,
that.
I
but
mean,
I mean,
look,
you know the style that Hoyles is going to play with, so you can imagine the type of players that he's going to want to bring in,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, yeah, it's true. It's true. So we'll see. I think it's going to look very San Diego and LA in some ways had a very similar style in the way they played. So if you see some sort of joining of some of those teams and some of those familiar faces, I think it'll fit quite well.
So is
Yeah.
Ryberg coming back or what?
Dude, I think Ryberg's gone.
The quadricep with eyeballs. That is a
He's far
throwback.
gone.
Just going down the list in terms of how this new California Legion team is going to look like, a
Okay.
lot of new players are going to be on this team. We'll get into the two guys that they've announced, but let's start with the departures of this squad. We obviously have a big retiring Matthews fantasy hero, fantasy
Mm,
king per
mm.
se. Nate Augsburger
Ugh.
retiring, so he obviously won't be with this squad here. But then also you got guys like Tavit Lopetti, who's obviously on Chicago now. Richard Judd is over in France now playing. Shiloh Klein over with Zebra Parma in the Italian league. So there are many pivotal pieces here that were part of this Legion side, and I guess you could throw in as well RFCLA players in combination of that. That won't be on this squad here, so it is going to look like a different team.
Mm.
So it'll be interesting to see what we do have there. Now, I will say the two players that we will be talking about are players that were both within the system, either Legion or RFCLA. So they have started off with a team that does look somewhat familiar, but it'll be interesting to see the names that do come out. As the weeks,
You
the
know,
days, the months go on, I don't know.
I just can't believe that they put a whole teaser thing of look out 1 p.m. tomorrow. And then all they do is announce two players and a coach. Actually, they
I
announced
know.
three coaches and two players. It's not like
How
they
many
released everything at once.
how many
So media fumble or what?
well, I
And we're
mean,
still
come on.
waiting for more.
Hand in hand. I mean, when one talks about media fumbles, I mean that's about the what do I
Ugh.
want to say?
Yeah.
The narrative of this league
Yeah,
since we
well,
began this. But either way,
that's
um
that's our best dish, eh?
yeah, best dish served cold. That is for sure
They
by the
haven't
time all
posted
these
any new players in 2
no.
days.
hmm Matt, how many brownie points would, because I know you've been on this side of, maybe not being on the side of the California Legion. You moving to California may
Mm,
Yeah, what does
entice
it
you a
do
little
with the
bit
needle?
more
Does
to
it
follow
tilt
them
the
along.
needle?
But had they at that 1 p.m. Announcement announced the whole roster, would that have been something that have been like, you know what, I'm back on the Legion train?
I was never on the Legion train. I am.
Oh yeah, sorry, that was Vandy.
What? I have Joe
I would
Peterson
never.
for 1 year.
I would never be on the Legion train, but look, I am here as a neutral supporter like the rest of California because none of them can actually support a fan base with how they're choosing to play this year.
Okay, Vandy, odds since Matty has moved out to California, odds by the end of MLR 2026, he leans more in favor of the Legion. I will not say he is a fan of them, but
Nope.
leans more in favor.
It'll be this year will be Maddie's best player. It'll be whoever.
Mm,
And you know what?
doubt
Just
it.
because we're doing this, if we would have filmed this without Matt and then kept this to ourselves and then busted it out in 2 months when we knew we were right, we had a shot. Now,
That would have been pretty cool. Now
I
you
know.
win.
Now
Now
out
there's
of
no
spite,
chance.
out of spite.
exactly.
Uh
There's
Matt will
no
never get
chance.
got now.
all right, well
Never.
on the flip side, a team that has been, I guess, in Matthew's good books when it comes to roster announcement
Mm,
is Anthem Rugby Carolina.
ooh.
Obviously the poster child of MLR
Losing.
right now,
Oh,
it
oh,
appears like,
oh,
in
damn.
terms of the support that they're getting and everything around that. But they announced their entire squad and they got 12 returning players, 10 USA capped Eagles as expected, 27 domestic players on that squad, and you intermingle some guys that are obviously of international experience. This Anthem team as a whole looks pretty solid, and I would even lean on the side where I
Mm.
think if I had to put my money on it, Anthem may be getting that first win of the year. Did it take for them to overhaul a complete roster? Did it take the league to half itself in the number of teams? Yes,
Maybe
but I
this was their
think
plan all along.
maybe it was their third year in the season. I'm pretty confident to say that they will most likely get their first win in franchise history.
I mean, they got less competition, that's for sure. And they took some of that competition and put them on their own team. So,
It's true.
um, I mean, yeah, I think it is inevitably going to come this year. Um, and yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see. It does seem like they have a bit more international guys on their roster than the previous years.
It did look like that off of
I
just
wonder if
you
this is that ridiculous domestic pathway, international pathway, domestic eligible. If it is, this is ridiculous.
because to your point, Maddie, as the announcements came out, um, it did feel like that they were adding a bunch of guys that were not quote unquote your marquee US
Which
eligible as you.
which we have seen, but
Yes.
at a very small volume.
You look at guys like Johan Mumsen. You're like,
Mm.
okay, like that's a guy that you're adding
Is
that,
he a
and then
pathway player now? He's been here for what, 4 or 5 years playing in
well,
the
according to
MLR?
James Dealey, this squad has 27 domestic players. 84% of its roster is made up of guys that are
All right,
considered
count
domestic
all the
here.
guys that you think are international and then see if it adds up.
Okay, well, do you want me to do that right now?
Do it right now. Quick
Okay,
count.
all right. Well, let me
No, you got
pull
to
it
do it
up.
Do
quick.
it live, off
Well,
the
I gotta
top,
pull. Like,
off the
Do
okay,
it
rip.
live.
so I
Just
have I
right. You
have it
have to
here.
just pull all
Okay,
your generalizations and names
You
right
just give
out.
me the last name and I'll say American or
so there's a
not.
total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17,
And how
18,
much
19,
did
20,
that?
21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 30. Like I said, 32 players on this
And how much
roster,
did how
official
much did
roster.
James Dealey
27
say?
domestic is according to James Dealey. So five of
Oh,
these
so if you
guys,
find five of them, do you think you can find more than five right now?
I mean, so you got Johan Mumsen,
Yep.
Jordan Trainer,
Yep. Tion Lutz, three.
Tion Lutz. No, 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 not Tion. Will Leonard. Will Leonard.
Will Leonard, yes, three.
Will Leonard.
You're right.
Um, Marquez Fallout. Is he US eligible?
I think he is.
Okay. Alessandro Heaney.
Yeah, let's say he's not.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't know.
I
I
anyways, I think there's some guys on there that seem to be international pathway because they've been playing in the MLR for 5 years. And this, like the fact that Joel Hodgson is international pathway, we're all international pathway if you really think about it.
if you really think about it, it's true. It's true. It is true.
Anyways, good on Anthem Carolina. They're probably going to get a win this year. They announced their roster early. Good on them. Way to
Good
go.
on him.
Good start
And
to the year.
you're
That's
good in our books if you're on the communication train there
yeah.
too as well. So we
But
shall
right
see. All
now,
right.
they're the poster child of losing still.
We will get into the players here in just a sec, but is there any other news that you guys wanted to talk about here before we move on to our first Supreme Commissioner Yee's update?
Well, I just wish there were some bigger signings. I thought we were
Bigger.
going to see big signings in December. I thought that was going to be. I thought we were going to see a marquee
Yeah, with
name.
it, with all that went off,
Okay.
I
So
thought so too.
what
Actually,
would
I
you
do have one. I do have one. There's a guy who played for the Chiefs. He right now is on Facebook at rugby vacancies page looking for a job overseas to play rugby. Somebody in the MLR has to figure it out. Cal Legion, you have
just
two players. You figure it out. He's looking. I think it's Jesse
He
Perete.
tweets
Oh,
at the Fantasy
dude.
Ruckers. Thanks, boys.
yeah,
I think
honestly.
I think that's the news. We got one in, if anybody's got an international slot,
Get
that's the
that
guy.
They should
get
just
that
have a
guy back who
scout,
was
a
playing
guy.
for the Chiefs, like the Kansas City Chiefs. Get that guy back. Bring him to the MLR.
Yeah.
Football
Yeah.
didn't work. Go back to rugby.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Anyways,
The
I don't have any
LRZ.
other news.
Okay. All
That's it.
right.
There
Okay.
was
Well,
rumors
hey,
he was going to come anyways.
I will
Anyways,
ask. We'll wrap this up. So, Maddie, you say that you thought you were going to see a bigger signing in December. Who do you think is
oh,
the biggest?
I had a hot take. Hold on. I had a hot take. Cal Legion finishes last this year.
Over the worst in the anthem.
Wow. After only seeing two players, you're going to claim that now? You're sticking that flag in. Wow. That state that state has welcomed you in with open
Hey, I don't
arms, and
see
you're
Ashton
coming
Kutcher anywhere.
No,
and
man, you
you're
ain't
coming
getting
in
punked.
hot like that. That's crazy. All right,
That's
we'll
what's
see.
happening.
I'll hold you to that.
Write it
I'm
down
writing
on a
that down.
sticky note.
Oh, now I
Write
gotta
it
have a
down on a
hot
sticky
take.
note.
I got my sticky notes right here.
Utah
Oh, you
returns
can't
Yeah,
see
next
write
it.
it
year.
down.
Got it on there.
Utah
All right.
returns next year.
Yeah, that's my hot
Um,
take.
so Maddie, then I'll ask you here to wrap up this news segment is if you say that you expected to see a bigger signing, who do you think is the biggest signing up until this point?
I mean, to me, like all the guys, like I think we talked about in the past shows, like all the guys were not necessarily new international signings. All the big signings were really guys that have moved from teams that have folded. You know, like
Sure.
the Davy Kutzer, like that's a huge one, right?
Yeah.
Like for me, that's probably one of the biggest ones that we have. The Joe
Mine,
Hodgson going to New England Free Jacks, that's a pretty big one too. But like those don't feel as big because they're guys that we've already seen, you know?
Hmm.
yeah. I would say my biggest is Theo Furry right now.
Well,
Um,
pulling that out of the hat.
yeah. Uh, Hooker has Super Rugby experience, and he's joining a Chicago team where we still don't know up in the air what is happening right now with the Butcher to come back.
The
So from a
Butcher.
fantasy sense, that
Yeah.
might come through. So we'll see.
I see what you mean, but like Theo Forey is not, you know,
It isn't like. Do you
Tony
remember the
Pulu.
glory days? Do
It's
you remember
not
the glory?
it's not
Yes.
Nehem Milner Scudder.
Right.
I was just about to say who was that one guy? Milner
Yeah.
Scudder. Yeah, that's the name.
Does it feel like an eternity ago where we
It's
were
not
having
Richard
that?
Judd,
Yeah,
you
I
know?
know.
It's not
I know.
Gonzalo
We'll
Bertrand.
see. Hey, like I said,
Hey, there's
141
a there's a whole Cal Legion roster to be named though still.
Yeah.
That's 30 more
141 confirmed
chances.
141 confirmed players. I'm sure there's going to be at least 50 to 100 more, I would think. Maybe.
We would hope.
Um we shall see. We shall see. At least names that are around there. Maybe 50, maybe closer to that 50 range, but we'll see going
What
through.
if
All
they
right,
never
let's move
announce it
on.
and they just roll them out week one? You don't even know. They just open up like a
Oh,
curtain
it's
and the
See,
happening.
guys
see,
come
see,
running out.
that's what we don't like here at the Fantasy Ruckers. We do
No, that'd be
not
terrible.
condone
That'd be
that.
terrible. So that's why they're gonna do it to us.
All right. Well,
They
what we
would.
love
They
doing
would.
here
You're right.
on the Fantasy Rucker Show is keeping people in the know. So we're gonna do just
In
that
the
here.
lingo, in the gray. We want to
Update.
keep you right here, right in the gray. Truth, lies, gray. Right there.
Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye, hear ye.
Hear ye, hear ye, hear is Supreme Christian
No,
Ye with
there's
the
no way
Fantasy
we have
Ruckers
any league updates.
League update, first of 2026.
There's not a
You
chance.
talk about the truth. You talk about keeping people in the know.
In the
No, in
gray.
the
That's
gray.
In the gray.
that's what I'm all about here in this part of the show. All I'm gonna say here is that again, questions. We're coming in hot. You guys love this segment. You guys love this segment. I know you love this segment.
You
Um,
know what? Because you're
what?
keeping the people in the gray.
In the gray, right here. Every time I hear you say in the no, we're in the gray. I want all of
Oh
us to
God.
know right here. Truth
Yeah.
lies here.
All right, Commissioner, get it going.
All
Pitter
right.
patter, let's go.
All I can say is that big things are coming here for Fantasy
Mm,
MLR. We have told you countless times that Fantasy MLR is, of course, a go here in 2026. I mentioned it last show, as you know, with obviously the decrease to 6 teams.
mm.
There is going to be some slight changes in format in order to kind of accommodate all the changes that we've had and to make sure that Fantasy MLR continues to be an enjoyable experience. But with all that said, with all the speed bumps, roadblocks, whatever you want to call it, that we've faced
Bumps,
over the
bumps.
years, you know that we do our best and stay resilient here to keep Fantasy MLR going. And that's going to be the same thing here coming up in 2026. So structural changes may be here. There may even be some fun additions to the game that's going to make it even more kind of enjoyable and even more enhanced and even more integrated that I think people will enjoy. But all that information is going to be
Mm.
coming out here in the coming weeks. Website guru Alistair Kirsch-Poole, him and I have been in discussion in the new year to get things rolling here and make sure that we do our best here to make sure that Fantasy MLR is going to be even better than it ever has before. So
And
we'll
what
keep
else?
everyone in the know.
Where, were you going to keep everyone where?
In the know, not
In
in the
the
gray.
gray.
Last but not least here, I do want to give a shout out though. This is a delayed congratulations and shout out to
Who?
for those of you who don't know, we love playing fantasy sports here on the Fantasy Ruckers show, which obviously includes on top of fantasy MLR, fantasy football. And I do want to give a big congratulations to our Fantasy Ruckers Gridiron League winner. As it pains me to say this, John Fitzpatrick of Rugby Morning came through here to win the Fantasy Football League. So shout out to Fitzy, winning the league. Big deal. Fantasy football is a gauntlet. Is a gauntlet. Not as big of a gauntlet as fantasy MLR. No less, it is a gauntlet, and Rugby Morning comes out on top there to take home the crown. I will say we faced them in the what is it? The quarterfinals, I guess is what you'll call it. We came up short by quite a big margin, by over 50 points, but it feels good to at least have lost to what would be the champion of that
The
league.
champ.
So congratulations.
Yeah, we
to
would have
Fitzy.
won if it wasn't for him. So
Yeah, there you go.
probably
There
is
you go.
what I heard.
All right, to the time that everyone's been waiting for. You ready for this fun game that I have in store for myself and the people can all play along?
No, but I'm not
Yeah.
getting out of it. So let's
But
go.
it sounds eerily similar to the TNT basketball game of Who You Play For,
It's
hosted
close.
by Steve Ernie
Ernie.
and
I'm the
miserably-
Ernie.
and Vandy's Chuck.
And here, well, it's time to
Wanna be
get people
Shaq.
warmed up here for MLR 2026 with new faces in new places. The Who Am I game.
Preseason warm-up.
All right, preseason warm-up 2026. We are in 2026, 10 weeks away. So it's time to get that slow, dynamic stretch going. And we do that with this fun game that I have in store for Maddie and Vandy. For all of you listening, for all of you watching, play along with us. Let us know in the comments. Answer as we go. I will break down the rules here. But yeah, it should be a fun one here. And drop us comments on if you are able to guess correctly in these players that we are going to use to get caught up with all the roster moves that happen. So the rules of the game. I'm going to be giving you guys clues on certain players that I will be wanting to discuss here with you guys and get your opinion on. These are all players who are on new teams in MLR 2026, i.e. the name, new faces in new places. And using those clues, you're going to try to guess who this player is. The clues range from fantasy stats to generic stats to some fun ones here and there. You get 3 questions to ask. You cannot ask what team they have been on or are on unless it is a clue that I have provided to you. But you can ask 3 questions and I can give you those answers. You can also have the fantasyruckers.com on hand to help you out to try to find out who it is. Again, if you're listening, if you're watching, play along with us in this fun game of new faces in new places, the Who Am I game. All right, Vandy, Maddie, are you guys ready to play this?
Yeah.
Sorry,
I know.
sorry, Vandy.
I am going
about
to announce the 3
Yeah, I'm about to
clues.
get roasted
I'm
here.
about to wipe you.
I'm going to
Wipe
announce
floor
the 3
with you.
clues.
Yeah, you got to give me like some time to prep this game against this guy. I'm going against the Adam Schefter of rugby knowledge.
Rules are, as on top of that, I'm going to give you the 3 clues. Okay. Do not blurt out the player until you let me know that you have it in your head. I will give the other person a chance to say it, and then we'll go from there. Okay.
No, here's what we do. I get the first chance on every question, even when Matt
Okay,
gets
that's
it.
fine. That's fine. I'll give it. That's the handicap for Vandy.
That's
All
the
right,
handicap.
here we go. Play along with us. Let us know in
We'll
the
call it the
comments if you're
handicap.
able to guess. I got 7 players here.
I want you to know,
Let us
Vandy, I
know-
already got the first one.
Let us know how many out of 7 you're able to guess before I reveal who this player is. All right, starting with number 1. I started
Not even
14
listening
games
to
last
the
season
hits.
and
Wait, how do you
scored
already know? How
double
do you see the
digits.
question?
Are you guys listening?
No, go.
I scored. You guys got me messed up now because you guys are doing this. I
Matt knows
started.
the answer. He's already got the question.
What? How? No, he doesn't know the answers.
I don't know the answers.
Go.
I know the hints. I know the hints.
I already know it. don't even
I
know the
started
I already know
14
it too.
games last season.
14 games.
You guys are ridiculous. We're
14
back in
games.
2026 and you guys are already hard to reel in.
14
I started 14 games last season
Oh, yeah.
and scored double digits in every game but 5 games. I was top five in meters gained in MLR 2025,
Uh-huh.
racking up triple digits in meters gained twice in 2 games.
Uh,
I was also top five in try assists. Again, this is a player who is on a new team this year. You have 3 questions to ask me. Cannot be the team that they have been on or are on. What are your questions? Vandy, I'll let you go first.
Okay.
Come
Okay.
on,
This
man.
is this is tough. This is
You got this.
It could be anything. Narrow it down. Narrow it down.
meter eater is what I'm really going off of. I'm gonna say
Okay.
Jordan Trainer.
No,
Dude, nice.
I explained the rules and you guys don't do the rules. I
I
said,
got the
don't announce
first
the
go.
guy. I said, don't announce the guy. Ask me 3 questions. You can help him. But that is a crazy guess because that is it. Ding, ding, ding. Jordan Trainer
Let's
is the answer. Vandy is 1-0. That's incredible. That's incredible.
Utah, baby.
I was waiting for you to ask me a question so that you could narrow it down, but somehow you
What
landed
is
on
Jordan Trainer?
didn't even give Matthew a chance to answer. Either way,
Uh,
we'll do number two better
That was
in that.
sick.
But
That was sick.
Jordan
nice.
Trainer, obviously formerly on the Utah Warriors, is now on Anthem Rugby Carolina.
Let's
Let's
know all you
talk about
haters
Jordan
that say I don't
Trainer.
watch
Let's talk
this.
about Jordan Trainer quickly here.
Let's go.
Obviously a stud when it comes to fantasy.
Sure.
Electric was
Yep.
a key component of the Utah Warriors' success. He finds
Mm,
himself on Anthem. He's part of the reason why I think that Anthem is going to get their first win in
mm.
2026. Jordan Trainer on Anthem Rugby Carolina. What's your guys' thoughts?
I
I love it.
mean,
I mean, that guy's a dog.
Vandy knows it firsthand, man. That guy just loves making gain line, loves counterattack. What a weapon for them to have. And
Yeah.
that's, yeah, I agree. That's one of the reasons why Anthem is going to do much better this year than they did last.
Well, I mean, look at the same kind of thing. We got rid of a bunch of guys, brought in Jordan Trainer as one of them.
Mm.
Ben also he was sick back there too. But I mean, yeah, I mean he switched our back line around, and we didn't have a bad one. Like Caleb Mack, and he was sick. You know what I mean? Like he was a meter eater type guy. I thought it was kind of a lateral movement more than a progressive movement. But hey, man, that guy balled out. Reason that Utah did as well as we did.
So you swap out Mitch Wilson, who's obviously finds himself back on the New England Free Jacks. You bring in Jordan Trainer, joins Connor Mooneyham. We saw glimpses of Line Latu there as well. But I guess overall, you think Trainer is an upgrade from Mitch Wilson?
I do, but I mean I'm biased, so
I do too. No, I 100% agree. I
he
think
brings more
Mitch Wilson had a,
size.
yeah, he had a rough year last year, but I think Jordan Trainer is just going to bring that consistency and reliability in the back there that I think honestly the Anthem really need and what they've been struggling to have.
Dude,
All
I
right.
am done after this. I don't
So
have any more. I peaked. I
you
literally
peaked
peaked.
right on the first question. All right. So Jordan Trainer is the first one. Again, these are my top seven additions since we last had the recording that we didn't talk. Obviously, we talked about Seth Smith, Johan Mumson, Santiago Videla, all these guys on previous shows. But these are guys that we have not talked about yet. So let's move on to number two here. Here are your clues. I have been in the league since 2019
Ooh-wee.
and will be playing for my fourth team in MLR 2026. I led my position group in tries in MLR 2025, and I am a capped USA Eagle.
I
Again,
got it.
do not tell me the answer yet.
I got
You
it.
have three
Ask your
questions
questions,
in
Matt. Ask your
reserve.
I don't
questions.
have questions. I don't have
Okay,
questions. I
Maddie's
got it.
got it. You're locked in, Maddie.
I got it. I'm locked in.
All right, Maddie's locked in. Vandy, what are your 3 questions?
Do I have to ask them like a certain orientation?
No, no. Let me know what you want to do. Again, this is a guy been in the league for a long
Fourth
time.
team.
No, I said that's the one thing you can't ask is about what team they've been.
No, I'm just repeating the question in my head. I
Okay,
said,
okay,
okay,
okay.
he's played for
This guy's a
and will
clown.
be playing for his fourth team.
Will be playing for his fourth team. He's been in the league since
How many of
2019.
his old three teams are currently in the MLR?
Okay, that's a good question. That's a good question. Let me pull the answer up. Let me pull the answer up. Okay, let's see here. Let me see. Stalling. None of them.
Okay, none of them.
None of them. That's question number one. Number two, Vandy.
Vandy, ask him what
Wait,
team he's
wait.
on.
Does he have facial hair?
Does he have facial
This will
hair?
tell me what position he plays.
He has light facial hair.
Oh, he's a lock. Mm,
Last final question, Vandy. This would help if you have the fantasyruckers.com up. I'm just saying.
if I was in a dark alley with him, would I walk away?
In what sense?
Who, like, one of us get to walk away? Do I have a chance or no chance?
I don't think you have a chance.
So he's a big.
Do you think you have a chance against anybody in the league?
Yeah, yeah. Hold it younger. Me and you,
I
dark
think,
alley.
I think Yogurt's got you 10
Yeah,
to
he
1.
does.
Man.
I know they all do. But
All right, so those are your 3 questions. Vandy, if you just had to toss a name out there, I feel like any of those questions got you no closer to who you think.
No, I think he's
like,
going to say it right now.
it's got to be.
He's going to say it
I
right
don't
now.
even know, like, the captain.
He's going to say it right now.
I think you're on
Put me
to
in
it, Vandy.
position. No, screw it. Wait,
You
he's
could have
still
asked that
Billy
as one of
Meeks.
your
Billy
questions.
Meeks.
Billy Meeks, he says. No, that is incorrect. Maddie, I think you got it.
Jason Dom.
Jason Dom. Jason Dom.
Buddy,
Vandy,
I
are
think
you-
you could have given me 50. I wasn't hitting that.
No, Vandy, you were on second row.
You
I
were
thought you were
on.
going to have
You
it.
were on second row. I thought you were like, oh crap, you got this. But Jason Dom, obviously on RFCLA last season, is now on the California Legion. So part of that merger. But again, this is a guy that Maddie, you had in your top 5 and second row players last year. Jason Dom has been electric. I think he's going to be a huge fantasy asset again this year. He was
No,
their
it's
first.
kind of generous to say that he's on like a new team. He is, but like,
It
is he
is. It's a
though?
new place.
Is
I
he
mean,
though?
it's true. It's kind of, but you got it. You got it. The sense. Either way, one of the top scoring second row players in the entire league, just after Frank Lahore, and didn't need back row time to do that. Scored a season high in round 13 at 19 and a half fantasy points. I think he's going to be the top second row player off the board when it comes to this upcoming year. But you now find him in California Legion. Second announcement for this team. Obviously, it's hard to predict because you don't know who his teammates are. But your thoughts on him being on the Legion here?
No, I mean, look, he's solid, man. Like he's a stalwart in this league, and he's a guy that's going to bring a lot of quality. And he's used to with Stephen Hoyles as well. He's used to that type of play style, so I think he'll fit right in.
Yeah. All right. There we go. So 1-1. Maddie's got 1. Vandy miraculously has 1 as well, which is still shocking me. Vandy, I think you're gonna have a better shot at this one.
Boys, I got this one.
And again, make
Where
sure
are you seeing these questions?
you can ask on the rundown, and you can also ask me, Vandy, what position he plays. That's literally a question you can ask. The only thing you can ask me is he on a
We
team?
can ask what position?
Yes.
I thought
Yo,
there was
Vandy.
rules to this game. I thought there was
Vandy, ask Ryan what team he's on.
I did. I got yelled at for that one.
That's the one question you can't ask. I got one thing, one rule for you. Literally, on my rundown, I have it says one rule.
All right,
okay,
pitter
man.
patter,
Dude, I
pitter
can't.
patter.
You got to
Roll
send
me
me the
on
rundown
question
every
3.
show, or else I don't know where it is. Whatever. I don't need it. Go.
You know,
First
I don't
question.
have
All
the
right.
rundown. I'm just staring at Ryan's screen because he shared it.
Yeah, can you not see it on your screen too?
Wait, where do I? What? Oh, you guys watched the Zoom?
Just now
Yes!
because I
Oh,
knew
I
Ryan had
can't.
it
I can't
up.
watch myself in the camera because then I think I'm being an idiot, and then
Okay. Third player here. First clue.
Don't even go through the clues. Let me just tell you who it is.
In MLR 2024, I went 8 straight games of double-digit tackles despite not being a back row player.
I didn't even have to look at his 2024.
Second
stats
row.
to know who it is.
I scored 3 tries in MLR 2025. However, all of them were scored when I was a sub. I have been a guest on the Fantasy Ruckers show.
Mm-hmm.
wait.
Vandy, what are your questions?
I don't need one. I got it.
You got it.
There can only be
Okay,
one.
Vandy, you go first.
There
Did
can
you
only
get
be
it?
one. Big Q.
Eh.
What?
All right.
I got it. I
Why
think
are you
I
being so cocky, man? You need to ask your questions. Maddie, and give it to me.
I thought it was
nah.
quadrant
Actually,
for sure.
I'm gonna ask my question.
Vanny, Quadrant's not in the league.
Does he play front
Oh,
row?
He does play front row.
Is he uh I don't have any other questions.
ah,
Actually,
Maddie,
what location was he when he was on our show?
I already know what it is.
what location? He was not in North America.
Is that because you don't know whether he was in New Zealand or Australia?
I believe he was in Australia.
All right, it was Jake Turnbull. Come on now.
Jake Turnbull is correct. Ding, 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 ding,
I
ding.
was close.
Jay, you were close,
You were
but I
close.
mean,
That was
again,
my first guess too.
Jake Turnbull, obviously, Anthem Rugby Carolina. We had him on the
Maybe you
show.
should use some of
Talked
the
about,
questions, Vandy.
I didn't think I
talked
needed it. I
about,
thought it was good. I was like, first question. I didn't need it. Load me up. I'm good.
Dude, I think
talked
you got number
about,
4.
talked about his time with Anthem Rugby Carolina and the thing that they're building there. He now moves over to the Chicago Hounds and joins a pretty stout front row group that has, again, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but he joins guys like Theo Furry, Fakaosi Pithaletti, Charlie Abel, Thomas Beckerman, who comes over from the Miami Sharks, and now Jake Turnbull's there as well. Thoughts about him and his fantasy impact this year being on the Hounds?
I think it's a good spot for him.
It's looking pretty busy in that room, that's for sure.
It's a guy that I feel like when he plays, you're going to be okay playing him.
Mhm.
It's
Yep.
just figuring out, and I guess that's front row as a whole from a fantasy sense, but like he's shown the potential of being able to lock you in for a solid amount of points, a solid floor for you.
Yeah.
But hey, like I said, one of the clues was the 3 tries that he scored last year. All of them were coming as a sub. So hey, if you need a flyer, throw him in, and maybe he scores one for you because he is dynamic. And again, a friend of the show. So Jake Turnbull is your player number 3. All right, let's go to number 4. Vandy, I think you should get this one. I think you should get this one. So we'll go through 3 clues. 3 clues. First one. Considered one of the biggest busts in fantasy MLR history. All time.
Oh,
One of the
wait.
biggest
I'm going to wait
busts.
for the rest.
He has scored 10 tries in MLR 2024. He
Just say it,
scored
Vandy.
just one
Say it,
in
Vandy.
MLR
Got
2025.
it.
Hold it. Hold it. Hold it.
Say it,
Just
Vandy.
as a tidbit, made history on the international stage.
You can
Vandy?
do it, Vandy. You can say it.
Semi Kunitani.
That is right. Semi Kunatani is the
Do we not
correct
have rules
answer.
anymore? This guy didn't even say that he got it.
What?
He has to declare that he got it and then let me have a chance to do it.
No.
You knew it. I knew it.
Vandy gets that's the handicap. He gets
All
to
right,
go first.
all right. I'll do the
Let's
next
discuss
one
about
then.
that.
I'll do the
Hold
next
on,
one. I
hold
already
on.
got
All
the
right, all right.
answer.
I'll give you first go on the next one.
All right.
2-2.
No, I already got the answer, man. You can
be
have it.
first go.
You're
All right,
getting
you
too
can have
involved
it.
in the game. We need to actually talk about these players, boys.
I don't know.
Semi
I'm into the game,
Kunatani,
kinda.
RFCLA,
He's
goes
not
on
going
now
to be back.
over Old Glory DC is now where he's at.
I didn't even
What do
know
you mean
that.
he's not going to be back? You
I
guys
didn't
aren't
even know that.
listening. All of these players that I'm talking about are playing in the league and are on a new team. What are we talking about here?
Ooh, I just realized that we're guessing players and not even who he played for.
Huh?
I thought
What are we doing?
I thought
I
we
don't
were
know, but I
naming,
got 2 is all I know.
I thought we were naming the team that they were going to go to, but I guess you're doing that for us.
Yes.
All right.
Semi
Why we gotta name the
Kunatani.
team? No.
No, you don't need to name the team. What are we doing here? What are we doing
I don't
here?
know. I'm trying to figure out what this 5th question. I'm trying to look up this rundown. It ain't working. I keep typing rundown into my search history like it's gonna
We're
pop
starting
up
off
something new.
2026
Oh,
so
we know
hot.
what's popping up in that.
Rundown
This
is
show-
one word, right?
Semi Kunatani, RFCLA last year, Old Glory DC now this year, has shown the heights of what this man can do in terms of fantasy sense. Now joins a pretty busy Old Glory DC backroom. However, did have some key departures. Jamison Faw and Anna Schultz now on New England. So he joins now confirmed Corey Daniel, Colin Gross, and Koi Nelligan, who was on
Ooh.
DC last year, who have now also added Benjamin Bonasso, Aiden
Ooh.
King, and now Semi Kunatani to that mix. How do we like Semi Kunatani with Old Glory DC?
I mean, I
What
like it.
Kunatani you getting? 2024 or 2025?
I mean, does
Look, I
him
think
being on
it's
DC give him a bigger chance for him to return to 2024 form? I guess that's the question.
I think it's a great. They've got a great replacement group for Gemma Banana Schultz, but
Gemma banana,
I
banana,
think
banana, banana shot.
exactly. But I don't know if I think Kunatani is going to go back to 24. I think he's going to have a better season than last year, but I don't think like there's a lot of guys there that deserve playing time, and I just think Kunatani at 36, or whatever age he's at, like I don't know if he's going to
Did
play
you just
enough.
pull that out of your ass?
Yeah,
I was
I don't
like,
know.
who did I call 40 that one time?
I mean, you're
Uh,
pretty close, 35 years old, but
yeah,
like you
see,
just pulled that. You pulled that. You're so
so,
lucky.
Oh
so
yeah.
playing 36, and I don't know how much, like Aiden King is showing that he's a starter in this league. Benjamin Benasso is a starter this year. Corey Daniel, despite his off-field stuff, is a starter skill-wise on this league in this league. And Colin Gross has shown the same. So it's going to be tough for Knut. I think it's just going to be tough to as him as a fantasy asset, seeing him play 80-minute
That's
games
it.
every
Here it
week.
is, here it is, here it is.
Okay, well let's play the game then. The game within the game.
Let's play game 5.
How many of these Old Glory DC back row players are you drafting in your teams before Semi Kunatani? Corey Daniel,
Yes.
Yep.
Benjamin Bonasso,
Yes.
Mm,
Benji?
nope.
Yo. I'm taking Benasso.
I'm not because there's an upside.
okay,
There's like the what if with Kunatani.
okay, Colin Gross,
No.
No. That's where I draw the
Aiden
line.
King,
Everybody else, no.
okay, all right,
Yeah.
all right, interesting,
Give me Benji.
interesting, all right,
Because Corey Daniel
all
will
right.
get me 20 plus tackles a week. I can live with that.
I've
I
had
can't get that
Benasso
for
for
sure
like
from
2 years in
Benasso.
a row, man. Guy's
All right,
sick.
three more players here. And
All
again,
right, I got the answer.
I will
I
reiterate
got this one.
these are all guys
Let him
that
read
will
it.
be playing in the league next year and have been
Oh
confirmed
crap.
on
Okay,
new teams.
it's not this guy then. It's not this guy because that changes everything. Ooh.
I hope if you're listening or watching, you're getting a grasp of these rules much better than these two knuckleheads. I'm sure you are. Again, follow along
It's
here.
all
It's
the filler for
crazy.
me. I'm game
Number
ready.
five, the number five player. Okay.
I was born
Here are your
ready.
three clues. He went from starting all 15 fantasy weeks for his team in MLR 2024 to missing about half his games last year. He finished MLR 2024, so 2 years ago, with 6 straight games with tries, en route to leading his team, or my team, in tries scored despite being a
No, it's a
scrum
him.
half.
It's a him, Bandy.
This will be my third season in the league. So
Um,
played basically every game in 2024, missed half in 2025, finished 2024 with 6 straight games with tries, leading his team in tries scored in despite being a scrum half. And this will be my third season in the league. Question time. What questions do you have? It's tied 2-2, by the way.
Bandy, I don't got this one like I had the other ones.
I'll let you guys go back and forth. Maddie, what's your first question?
I don't even know a question to ask right now. My first question is actually just clarifying that he's a scrum half.
He is a scrum half.
That's not a question. That was just clarification.
Okay. All right. Ask your first
Okay, I got
question.
another question.
Okay, Fanny, what's your question?
How long this will be my third. Did he play for the same team the first 2 years?
He did.
That doesn't help me at all.
That doesn't help me at all.
Maddie?
Wait,
Is his team was the team that he played for? Are they still around?
They are not around.
Oh,
Vandy?
oh,
did you ask if it for sure scrum half?
Yes, that was one of the clues. I will give that to you for free. He is a scrum half.
that one's a free one.
Third year. What was the injury that he got hurt with this year?
No idea.
Yeah, it's the MLR. That's fair. Yeah, that was dumb. That was dumb. I don't have another question. I'm just gonna throw in a name.
Okay, Andy's locking in a name. Maddie, you got one more question?
How many syllables? No, I got one more
No,
question.
no, no, no. We're not getting into
How
that.
many syllables is his first name?
2 syllables.
Wait, can I
Yeah.
ask something? Did he
Yes.
not? He missed half. Like he didn't even come off the bench.
No.
Scrum half.
And again,
Led
if you're
Okay,
his team
listening,
in
this
tries.
is this is
well,
crazy because I'm looking at all of them and none of
Oh,
them
I got
have.
it. I got it. I got it.
okay. All
No.
right. And if you're listening, watching, make sure you let us know in the comments down below who
Wait,
you
wait. You
think this
said that
player
team
is.
doesn't exist?
Doesn't exist.
Got it.
Doesn't exist.
Got it.
All right. Andy's got it. Maddie.
I got one more question, right?
All right. One more question.
Uh, what country are they from?
Oh, that's a good question. This will help me. Wait, no, it won't let
Don't
me
don't
more.
tell Van.
What?
Don't tell Vandy
No,
though.
it don't matter. It don't matter.
He is a South African.
This might have hurt me.
Oh, Houston's not in here.
Hey, that.
Oh,
All right. Vandy, I'll give you the honors first.
Yep, 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 yep. You already know. Matt, are you good? You lock in?
I'm good. I'm locked in.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going with uh
Say it
Andre
at the same time. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Andre
Andre
Warner.
Warner.
There you go. Andre Warner is the correct answer. I'll give you guys a
As
tie
soon
on
as
that
Houston
one.
wasn't there, I'm like, wait, Houston
Still
kind of
tied
sucked.
2-2. Andre
Who you play
Warner,
for, Ryan?
obviously on Houston, he now plays for Seattle, and he pairs up with JP
Wow.
Smith. Um,
Ooh.
And Brock
again,
Gallagher. Don't forget our boy.
Brock Gallagher hasn't been confirmed,
But he
but
was in
Seattle
social media.
he was in social media posts. But what do we think of this? I mean, we've had this before where we have a tandem of scrum halves that are both starting caliber. What do we do about this in terms of a fantasy sense, and how do we like this for Seattle?
We
I mean,
don't
it's
like this
great
for
for
fantasy. We like it for
yeah, yeah.
Seattle.
Seattle will love this. Seattle fans should love this, but I think for me, fantasy wise, it was kind of similar to last year. You know, you didn't see the same JP Smith. I think even when we had Brock on, he alluded to the fact that they've wanted to bring in guys to take some time away from JP Smith so we can play less. So I think it just brings in a quality guy that's going to come in for JP on alternating days, which isn't great for fantasy. So it'll be one that you'll have to figure out.
Um, Very similar to what was the situation last year? What was it? Hold on, hold on.
Tupai and Judd, JP
Ooh, that was a
Yes,
Smith
good
and
one.
Tupai
Brock
and Judd.
Tupai and
Gallagher.
Judd.
Yeah, Tupai and Judd.
Especially because Tupai was sick in 2024.
Any strategy in terms of trying to draft both, or is the draft capital going to be way too high to get
Way
that
too
done?
high. With 6 teams on those positions, scrum halves
Yeah.
and fly halves. Ugh.
So we'll see there. All right. So still tied at 2. We got 2 more to go. We got a 6th player and then a bonus one. 6th player here, 3 clues. Here we go. He played in his first, he played, I played in my first MLR
No,
season
it's a
last
he.
year. I surpassed the 100 fantasy point threshold last season with a season high game of 20 plus points. So his highest game that he scored last season was above 20 points. And in total, he scored over 100 last season. He is US born, or I am US born, but I
Let's get it
have
together.
represented Scotland.
A, roo-
Question time.
a rookie who got over 100 points? What? No. Oh, wait, wait, wait. Okay, okay. I got a question. Did he come through the
Yes?
draft?
No.
That's a good question.
What position you play, Ryan?
Back 3.
Back. Hmm.
Hmm.
Um,
Does he have a bad history off field?
Yes.
I got it. Lock me in.
is his team playing for in the MLR next year? His old team.
No. No.
Was his old team Utah?
No.
That's 3.
Damn it.
All right. Answer
That's
time. Vandy, do you have anything? Back 3 player, played in his first MLR season last year, surpassed 100 fantasy points with a season high game of 20 plus points. He is US born, but has represented Scotland. And to Matthew's point, has a history that is questionable.
Scotland?
But
What's a Scottish name? The Rufus McLean.
wow, there you go. Vandy got it. Rufus McLean.
No! I'm done. I'm done with this stupid show. I'm done. I'm done.
He takes
The
two and
show's
just
dumb.
pulls it out of his butt. Rufus McLean is the correct answer. That's incredible. That is incredible. So obviously Rufus McLean played for.
Are you serious?
Played for,
It's Rufus McLean?
played for the Houston SaberCats last year. Now joins the Seattle Seawolves alongside what's it called? Who we just talked about, and Andre Warner. Also a Davy Kutzer there as well. Been some departures when it comes to some of the guys in this back three for the Seattle Seawolves, Malachi Esdale being one of them. You still have the confirmation that Devon Rousseau is coming back. Rufus McLean now joins in there. Your feelings there?
Yeah. I mean, look, he had a solid season last year. I think he played well. And I think it'll be a good addition to Seattle. Whether it'll be fantasy relevant, we'll have to see how they round out that roster.
Okay. Do you like Rufus McLean more on Houston or now on Seattle?
Seattle.
Is the ceiling for him to get fantasy points higher on which team?
Seattle.
Yeah, I mean Houston.
Just the way Houston played, man.
Yeah, I know, but Houston were using him a lot, so I don't know. I'll go with Seattle. But I think if Houston was still around, he would be a big fantasy asset.
Oh yeah,
for 2026 if Houston was still around.
110 and a half fantasy points last season with Houston. Again, in that game where he scored 20.3 in round 15, 137 meters gained with 7 tackles. So, again, I think this guy is definitely going to be someone who's drafted. That potential is going to be yet to be seen to see how that back three room rounds out. All right, last one, the bonus one here. Maddie, you got a chance to tie it.
Vandy, I feel like I should go first. I also already know. What
right.
if I say it without you even saying the hints?
That's pretty impressive. You know it.
Wait,
but you've seen the hints.
Wait, say the hints so I can hear the question.
Okay. Matthew doubts me every year. He was among only 2 other in a position groups to surpass triple-digit fantasy points.
These hints are a little too easy.
Wait. Was only... Oh, I got it. I already know.
Have been with the same team his entire career up until moving to his new team in this season.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Already got it.
You guys want to try to sing at the same time?
Yep.
3.
All right,
2,
here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Zion going.
There you go. Zion going goes from the Utah Warriors to Anthem Rugby Carolina. Vandy, you win the quiz, or do you want me to give you guys one more? I think we'll wrap it up there. We'll wrap it up there.
I will say this was fun. This will never happen again. I've used up all my luck. I used up the rest of it after I won the championship. That is the rest of the fairy dust. It has been all used up.
What was the clue that was too easy? The Matthews always doubts this guy? Is
that gave me away every time because he hated Zion going.
Okay, well let's break it down as we wrap up the show then. Zion going finds himself on now Anthem Rugby Carolina. Again, scrum half number 2 on the season just after Gonzalo Bertrano.
Well, the second one too, when you were like same position, and I was like,
that's the one.
Yeah, I was like, okay, Matt hates him, and then as soon as you said that, I'm like, oh, done.
And now he joins a scrum half room that has the returning of Carl Keane and Ismail Safodian, who both were, I guess, average.
Zion going will start, and Zion going should be a high asset coming to fantasy 2026 season.
Are you drafting Zion going ahead of Andre Warner?
What's the oxygen like in California? You breathing all right?
Are
there wildfires there? Like
every room around the league is going to be a 2-man room. Zion going is head and shoulders above the rest with the way that he played last year.
You think he's head and shoulders?
He might be.
Are you
with how head and shoulders he is above?
Did you guys sign a brand deal and not tell me?
Hey,
again, Zion going is a U.S.
eligible beer sponsor.
Vandy, we're going to keep you in the gray.
Beer sponsor.
Right? We're going to keep you in the gray. right here. Right
Zion
here.
Going is U.S. eligible, so it makes sense that he's with Anthem Rugby Carolina. I agree, Maddie. I do think the ceiling is very high for Zion Going doing it again. But caveat, we do know how people pay the price
The
when we chase
Iron
fantasy
Cross.
points.
When they're in the gray.
In the gray.
In the
All right, well,
gray.
now give me a rating. How would you rate that game out of 10?
I won.
It
so
was
10.
right in the gray.
I won. If I lost 0.
Alrighty. Well, hey, again, hope you listening and watching out there played along. Again, I think this just kind of emphasizes the amount of players that are in new places here. Again, we have a running spreadsheet of kind of the movement, and orange is the color that we have as denoted as a new signing, but has been an MLR vet. And let me tell you, orange is spread around everywhere across these teams. Just some last names I want to mention before we wrap up the show here to get your quick reaction on them arriving. Some guys that I want to list off that are some notable signings. Tian Lutz joins the Chicago Hounds. Christian Poitevin returns with that Legion team-esque. We mentioned Will Leonard earlier is over there as well. Is there anything that kind of sticks out to you in terms of other signings that we had not mentioned yet? Bailey Wilson on New England Free Jacks. Line Latu.
I like how I think my biggest takeaway is that Anthem's going to be significantly better this year.
What would be significant? 1 win?
2 wins.
Oh, shit.
Will Anthem make playoffs this year?
No, everybody makes playoffs.
Do they?
I'm still asking the question. Is Anthem making playoffs? You're essentially asking,
No.
is Anthem
They're going to finish
Gonna
second
finish-
last.
okay above who, Maddie?
Cal Legion.
They're going to
Yeah,
exile you
stupid
from that
name.
state. All right. Well, hey, for Matt Yee, for Devin Vandy Vanderpool, thank you for joining in on another edition of the Fantasy Ruckers Show. 2026 is here. Fantasy MLR is back, and we're here to get you all prepared. Hope you had fun with that game again. It's exciting stuff with all the newness of these places and players in new places. It's going to be interesting again. A little bit different format with Matthew out west. Shoot him a message, let him know how much you dislike him now being out in the West Coast. But either
don't
way,
you worry. We will continue to keep you in the gray.
In the gray.
for Matt Yee, for Devin Vandy Vanderpool, we'll be back next week with another episode of the Fantasy Ruckers Show. We'll see you then.
In the gray.
You've been listening to the Fantasy Ruckers Show, bringing fantasy rugby to the masses, covering everything rugby from the MLR and beyond. We hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review, and be sure to tell all your friends. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, connect with us on social media at the Fantasy Ruckers. Till next time, this is the Fantasy Ruckers Show, signing off.